Hello, welcome, thank you for watching. It's Ronda Del Boccio, the story lady of WriteOnPurpose.com, your Blissful Life YouTube channel. And also Bliss Butterfly Studio Etsy shop offering handmade custom cards, greeting cards, and unique gifts and die cuts and yummy things like that. So I also kind of call myself the crafty blind girl because I am mostly blind and I'm pretty crafty in several meanings of that word. So I like to give you a quick tip every week. I usually post them on Tuesdays. So here is your crafty quick tip for this week, and it has to do with printing your own papers and using the right type of paper depending on the job that you're doing. So I have some different papers that I'll be using for a couple of projects. And I am a planner as well as a crafter. If you've seen some of my other videos, you may know that already. So it's what I wanted to share is how you can select the thickness of the paper and so forth is going to inform what you're able to do with something. So I printed off some digital paper. It has this really cute paw print pattern, which I think is adorable. And I have a project for it that I'll be doing. This one I printed out on cardstock. It's nice, heavy cardstock. It's the same type of cardstock that I use for the die cuts that I print. They're nice and firm. They're not real flimsy. So that cardstock could be 60, 80, 100, 110 pounds, whatever. My dog's playing with a toy in the background, so I think it's cute. So she's shaking her dragon. Good girl, you get him. And then I have a piece of regular printer paper. In my case, I use 24-pound paper as my what I call regular copy paper or printing paper. You know, for letters and what have you. 20-pound paper is too flimsy, in my opinion. 24-pound is in the Goldilocks zone. It's a little bit nicer and more hefty, but it's not too thick. Anyway, that's what this is. Now, I am using part of this in my planner. And in planners, like Happy Planner and Recollections, you know, rings and strings, whichever kind, the thicker your paper, the more bulk you add to the planner. And it doesn't seem like much when you're just doing one thing and you're thinking, oh, you know, it's just paper. It's just paper. Well, in most cases, you want, I'm not saying if you're doing art journaling, that's another story. I'm not going to that. But, you know, for your average thing, if you're just adding something like making squares for your planner or whatever, it's okay to use cardstock like this heavy stuff. Nothing wrong with it. But it does add some weight, and it certainly adds thickness. And if you have, your planner is going to, you know, grow, and it can only expand so far because its rings or whatever it has, you know, there's only so much room in there. So, hang on, I'm trying to grab something. So, like, here's what I mean. So I have a Recollections planner. That's the band that's holding those things together. But see how what I'm saying is everything you add into the planner adds thickness. And it could outgrow its rings eventually if you keep adding things that are really thick. Mainly that's the clips and such like. So, but that's just what I wanted to say about that. So you may want to have a thinner paper. I am going to add this as a decorative layer in a portion of my memory planning and then add some photos, which will already add some thickness to it anyway. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to mention at the end having an ink program. It's really helpful. Like I have an HP printer, and I have their ink program, so I just pay a flat rate every month, and I can print however much I want. Woohoo, I love it. So if I want to print digital papers and I need another slice, it's great. I don't have to worry about, oh, there's only 2 on the pad, and if I use them, then I can't have them. I have to buy, you know, another pad or whatever. So I like having that. Now this is a piece of vellum. Did you know you can print your own vellum pretties? This is vellum. And this is actually the same, I'm sure you figured out, the same pattern, but this one's on like copy printer paper, 24 pound. And this one is done on vellum. So when you print your own vellum, it definitely has like a top side and a bottom side. It's nice and thin. I have made my own, here we go, should have grabbed this before. Hold on. I've made my own vellums for Traveler's Notebook, which I did show in a previous video, but I'll just show you. There you go. So that was a nice floral daisy pattern on blue. That's done with a piece of vellum. And I know I have one with the, there you go, the sakura, the cherry blossoms right there. So that vellum is really nice to add layers or I like it for a Traveler's Notebook. This certainly could be put, you know, if you cut out a portion of it to lay it in your planner, that would be okay too, because it's certainly thin. And it's a lot cheaper if you print your own. I just saw where one sheet of vellum, it was really pretty. You know, they were charging $3 for one sheet of vellum. And I'm like, yeah, well, maybe if I really love the pattern, I would go, that's pretty. Let me find the digital paper and I'll print it off myself, because a pack of vellum isn't all that expensive. I don't know, it might have been 15 cents a page or dime a page. I don't know what that, something like that. So anyway, that's just some ideas to pick out the kind of paper based on your project. If you're making a card and you need to have a construction layer that's really thick and sturdy to hold stuff up, heavy cardstock, sometimes I will put a thinner piece if it's purely decorative and it just really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be heavy. I may, if I'm printing off especially, use lighter. I mean, otherwise it is what it is if you have paper. And then, of course, the vellum is quite nice. And I'm looking for all kinds of fun ways to use that. So I hope that helps to give you some crafty inspiration and ideas. And I thank you very much for watching. HP Instant Ink is what I was talking about for the Hewlett-Packard. I will grab a link and put that below. All my social is below as well. And I invite you to follow me on the social web and check out my Etsy shop where I have die cuts and greeting cards. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you get all my vids right when they come out. And as always, cheers to your blissful life.